Hi everyone, Juju here, and welcome to Juju's Collectibles Corner. Today I am doing my first episode of LCS Shop Talk. If nobody knows what LCS means, it is local comic shop, local card shop, local collectibles shop, whichever one you happen to be into. Right now, this time of year I'm into comic books. I've always been into comic books, though. My first thing that I ever collected was, well, I can't say that. My first thing I ever collected was Garbage Pail Kids trading cards. Then I got into comic books when I was a teenager, um, and I have loved them ever since. So, in today's first episode, we're going to talk about something that it's a touchy subject. Let's put it this way. So, I'm part of I'm part of a comic book group on Facebook, and one of the members posted a scenario that happened to him recently at his local comic book shop. And I kind of am, I don't know, I would be really unhappy if this happened to me. And I'm just wondering how everybody else would feel. There seems to be differing opinions on this in the group. So I decided I wanted to make a video and talk about it and see what other people think. So the situation, if you are a regular at a comic book store, your LCS, and you spend, I'm going to say, a significant amount of money in that store per month, how would you feel when you took some back issues that you had pulled from the boxes up to the counter and the owner decides to check the prices right there in front of you on the books to potentially charge you more money? So for me, that is kind of disrespectful because you are a regular at their store. You're already spending quite a bit of money per month at this store, yet you are going to, right in front of me, reprice books that you had. And here's the catch though. The bin that they were in, the books weren't priced, I believe, on them. And he said that there were books that were priced, and then there was a bin of books that weren't priced. And I'm assuming that that bin of books that weren't priced should have been cover price. That would be my guess. Usually when they do that, it's a cover price type deal, where instead of keeping them on the shelf, they put them into a box on the counter somewhere, and they're um, they are sold at cover price. The fact, though, that she decided to look them up right in front of him, that just that I wouldn't even have bought the books, because I have in my mind already the amount of money that I'm about to spend on these books, and then you're going to go in and check and see if the prices of them have gone up and sell them to me for more. So then the other question is, if you had found that the prices had gone down, would you charge me less than what you would have if you hadn't looked them up? So it's kind of like I said, it's a touchy subject, but I really find it disrespectful, though, that they would do that right in front of you. If it was me, if it was my shop, if you had already pulled them, you're getting them from what they are. I'm not going to stop and see if I can make more money, because obviously this LCS is all about making money, um, and not like building that relationship with your customers. Like a true LCS, you're going to build the relationship with your customers because you want to keep them as a customer. You want to have them coming in spending that 50, 100, 500, some people spending $800 a month on comic books. Um, and you want to, it doesn't matter if they're the high end buyers or the low, or they're just one or two comic books a month. type person. You want that customer base. I've always wanted to own a comic book shop. I It's always been a dream of mine. Will it ever happen? Probably not. But I'm also a people person, and I like to talk to people. I like to get to know people. I like to find out what they like, what they don't like. What makes them want to buy comic books. What was that reason why you wanted to buy? And for me, it was always the artwork. It wasn't the value of a book. I've never bought. Now, okay, I can be later on in life, as I've gotten older, I've learned that you know you could potentially buy something and down the road it could be worth something. But the way the industry is right now, it's so crazy. Everybody's all about making that dollar right now. So you look the prices up because you want to make more money on somebody who already spends a decent amount of money in your shop. And to me, that I find that, I don't know, that's just disrespectful in my opinion. I don't know what you guys think or how you feel about this. I'd like to know. So please, when you watch this video, comment. Leave me a comment. What do you think? Same thing goes with trading cards. If you go to a trading card store and you pick stuff up, if you pick stuff out of the case, it would be totally disrespectful of that person to then take the card and look to see if the value has gone up since then to charge you more money. And then again, so if you check it and it hasn't gone up, it's actually gone down, do you sell the card for what it's now worth instead of what you have it priced at? So to me, it's if you price something, you sell it for what you have it priced for. If you have something that is in a bin that has no price on it, and you put a note, prices will be checked at checkout, that is okay. That I would be more comfortable with that. But the fact that you're pulling something that you're thinking is going to be book value, book price, cover price, and then when you take it up there to buy it, they tell you, or they start checking the value of it right there in front of you. And this was not something that was advised at the time when you picked the book to buy. So again, to me, it's disrespectful. So one of the comments was that they're probably doing it because they think you're going to take the book and resell it. And it's like, if you're going to sell it for $35, I want to get that $35, not you. So, but here, like I said, you can't work like that. You can't run your shop like that. There's always going to be people coming in, because here's the thing: people buy 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 copies of a comic book because they're speculating that eventually that comic book could be worth money, whether the short term or the long term. So then, do you charge more because people are buying more issues? No, you don't charge them more. You charge them the cover price of the books. So what does it matter if somebody's coming in to buy that book? You're getting something from it, and you're getting money. I can guarantee they are getting probably double by selling it to you than what they paid for it when they originally got it. I mean, unless they overpaid for the book because they wanted to have the book in their shop. Most shops, when they buy collections from people, they're not even giving you cover price for those books. They're going to give you maybe 25% of what the cover price was per book, and sometimes much lower. I mean, my original collection, I had like probably 2,500 books, and I got $500 for it. I mean, it's just that's how they work. That's how the shops work. And because there's a lot of stuff that goes into having to look those books up, pull out the ones that they want to, or ones that they think they can make money on. And I can guarantee you that I had books that were in there that were my collection was worth more than $500, but that's just how the game is played. So when you're selling something to the customer, you can't you can't do that. That just, to me, that's wrong. It's disrespectful, and I don't know if I would ever go back to that shop. Um, the other question is like, so somebody had commented, do you ask do you have the hard conversation and ask the owner, is like, hey, is there a reason why you did that? Because you've never done that before. So is there like something going on, And if they give you a BS answer, then yeah, leave the shop, because they're obviously in it for the money and they're not in it for the love of the hobby. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people these days that are in it for the money. They are in it for the money and they're not in it for the hobby. And that's where it's killing the hobby. It's killing it for the people who love it. And like the trading card, for me, trading cards, I can't go back to trading cards right now. Trading cards are ridiculously overpriced. Every single brand new set that comes out is way too overpriced. And I blame the fact that it's Tops, because they are trying to corner the market. They're trying, in my opinion, they're trying to become a monopoly, because they have the licenses for, I think, all the major sports. Um, and they've kind of pushed out some of these other companies, and now they can set the price to whatever they want, and it's flipping ridiculous. I'm sorry, but I am not going to pay, especially for the Marvel stuff and the Disney stuff that they have. I'm not going to pay $1,000 for a hobby box. I'm sorry, just not going to do it. I got stupid last year, and I did buy a couple hobby boxes for way more than I should have, and I nowhere near got the my money back out of it. So anybody who thinks that they are going to get rich on trading cards, you're living a pipe dream. Unless you get super lucky and you pull that one of one somebody that's super hot, like the Paul Skeens from earlier this year that sold for like $2 million or something like that, I don't think that card is worth that much anymore. So when you sit there and you reprice things because you're trying to make the money that you think you deserve, that's not a comic book. That's not somebody that you want to do business with, because they're all about the money. Comic books and trading cards is a hobby, and it's about the love of the hobby. And yes, we all want to make money. Don't get me wrong. I'm an eBay reseller, but I try to price my stuff as competitively and correctly as I can. I sell Disney pins, I sell trading cards, I sell comic books, I sell other collectibles. Some stuff I probably will price high, mainly because I don't want to get rid of it, and I've been told that I need to get stuff listed. But I also feel like if it's something that I truly love, and if I'm going to let it go, I'm going to put a price on it that somebody who loves it just as much as me is going to buy it. Now, when it comes like with this, what the shop owner did, I don't agree with it. Like I said, they're buying back issues that were less than 5 years old. You know, to me, those books have not appreciated that much. So unless they were a super key issue or a hot number one, but most books in the last 5 years really don't have that value, unless it's like the absolute series from DC. But if it was something just off the cuff type of book, cover price, just sell it for cover price. You know, I got bit the other day by buying a book that I probably could have got on eBay for like $5 with free shipping. I ended up paying $10 for it because I wanted to grab it to fill a hole, for a storyline that I'm going to be selling on eBay, and it was the only part that I was missing. I ended up paying probably twice as much for the book as what I probably should have. Lesson learned for me to also, look around. So yeah, I I think that the shop owner was incorrect in what they did. If you're that concerned about the value of your books after you close your shop, or pull that bin off the shelf, pull that box of comic books off so that people can't go through it, so that you can go through it and look at the prices and then price them how you want to price them. Don't do it right in front of the customer. Don't. That's not cool. Doing it right in front of the customer that's not a good business practice. Really not a good business practice. Because again, if the book had gone down, would you have sold it to him for the lower value? I can guarantee you probably not. So why check for a higher value right in front of your customer? That doesn't. I don't agree with that. Not one bit. Not one bit. And if you do, that's totally fine. That is, but and that's why I said, leave me some comments. What do you guys think? Because I honestly, I would have asked I would have gone back and asked them and said, hey, why did you do this? And then if they gave me an answer that I didn't like, or I thought was like total BS or disrespectful, I would have said, okay, bye. I'm not coming back. I'll go find another shop to get my stuff from. So just to me, it's all about character when it comes to people that I want to invest my money into. You have to have a good character. I'm sorry, but if you are shady, or you're all about the money and you're not about the love of the business, or the hobby that you are in business in, then that's not good. Not for me. Not for me. For other people, you may not care. It may be, you go in, you get your books, you leave. Um, and some people don't buy back issues. Some people only buy new books. So when you go looking for back issues, you're like, okay. But no, to me, it's about character, and in my opinion, that was very disrespectful to do in front of your customer. Um, Please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Do you think I'm totally off base? Do you completely agree? Do you completely disagree? Do you even care? What had bothered you? So just let me know. Thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, share out, comment, hit that notification bell so you know I got a new video coming. I am getting back into this. We're in a new city. We're in a new area. I got tons of comic book shops around me to check out. I actually just found another one that is literally like a half a mile from one of the other ones that I've checked out. So yeah, I got lots of stuff here to go through. I am going to try and talk to some of these shop owners and ask them if I can do a profile on them. Do a video, do a little short, little 5-minute video on their shop. We'll see. I'll keep you all posted on that. But again, thank you for watching, and I will catch you all next time. Have a good evening, morning, noon, night, day, whatever, and I'll see you all later. Bye.